In this episode, we are honored to speak with Whasighah of the party planet Flopeera.
She has multiple mouths, and they all have something interesting to say.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to guess whether or not Flopeera's most famous karaoke singers' mouths are really singing their songs.
Shut up and sit down.
welcome back to Millyways and Booth 42, and another exciting episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers. I am your host, Trellis Gardeen.
I am also your host, Horatio Zinn.
My sidekick extraordinaire. Well, not necessarily.
I am sidekick adequate.
Maybe since we're at the table, you could be my side... no. Actually, I was going to say side dish, but that doesn't sound right now.
No, that would be disgusting.
Side plate?
We'll work on that. That's something. Perhaps creative listeners can send in a suggestion as to what I should be called.
We'll have an awkward conversation about that over at the buffet.
Yes. Well, we're ignoring this wonderful guest here.
Yes, we have another guest. Please introduce yourself to the universe.
Hi there. My name is Whasighah, but now that we're friends, you can call me Shh. And I'm from the planet Flopeera.
Beautiful name for a planet.
Thank you so much.
My first curiosity is the nickname Shh. How did that come about?
Well, I mean, as like a species, Flopeerans, we have 5 to 6 mouths that we have on our face at all times. And so
I see those 5 mouths.
Yeah, as you can see. And, one mouth starts talking, the other mouth picks it up. Sometimes it's all happening at the same time. But it's just something cute, I do talk a lot. So my friends are always just like, shh. When I came out of the womb, it was like, shh. So it's a family thing.
Do you speak more often than others on your planet?
I would say it's pretty average, but it can be very surprising. I think it was the decibel at which I was speaking when I came out that was a little bit concerning to those involved.
A volume problem is what you're saying.
It's a volume problem. So the where I'm speaking right now, it's learned behavior, as you might say.
Are all of the mouths their own independent speakers then, or do you have to work to coordinate them?
They're all independent. Some are, how do I say this? Each mouth kind of goes with however I'm feeling that day. So when I'm feeling happy, it's more of like, this mouth is really, it's really going. But when I'm feeling sad, it's more of one of these.
Yes, that is a sadder looking mouth.
And this mouth, it's very angry.
Oh, I don't want to confront that mouth.
No.
I'm going to focus on the happy mouth, if that's all right.
You can talk to this one.
Okay.
Talk to the happy mouth.
Talk to the mouth.
Talk to decibels or something. Is there? Your voice sounds very pleasing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. Well, I'm very sensitive to things that are pleasing or not pleasing. If they're not pleasing, I run away and hide. On your planet, this is standard. Everyone as a species has a number of mouths.
Yes, they do. It kind of depends, though, on, puberty and, just...
Yes.
Coming of age.
Yes, coming of age, how you develop. So 5 to 6 is the average. Like I said, I'm pretty average. some people think I'm special. But, there are some people that have 7 to 8, and there are some people that have 9 to 10, and they're all real.
I see. Additional adornment is what you're talking about.
I am from Glandar, the plastic surgery center of the universe, and I have a feeling some of those people that you might have suspicions about have visited my planet for a quote-unquote, vacation, and then they come back with a few extra mouths on their face.
Yeah, and they call it like an eat, pray, love journey, and I'm just like, right.
Yes.
Well, I would think with extra mouths, that's really more of an eating journey. I don't know about the praying and the love part.
I don't know either.
Yes.
No, the thought of love, that just sparked some curiosity in me of...
Which it does. Trellis, love sparks lots of things in Trellis.
Yes, yes. Love of food, love of things. But how does everybody on your planet kiss? Do they have to match up mouths, or is it just two mouths are interested in it, and now the other ones have to go along for the ride?
Understandable question. It's a very intimate practice. It's kind of similar to what could I relate it to? A suction cup, just a small ball of suction cups. And imagine two of those balls connecting to each other, and you just roll them at the same time. So it's not that they have to match up exactly, but you want to make sure as you roll through the kiss, each mouth gets kissed. Are you tracking with me?
I was wondering if you'd have to match a happy mouth to a happy mouth.
Oh no.
Or perhaps one happy mouth would make an angry mouth on another face happy.
When you're intimate, I mean, an angry mouth can also be a fun time. But we're just at the restaurant. I don't want to get into
That's true. Very true. Very true.
I just know if I were, one of the mouths and I just maybe was in a spot that's really hard to get to, and all the other mouths were having their kisses done, and I got rotated over and just passed over, I think I would be a little hurt.
Well, that's part of, being in a committed relationship, making sure that your needs are met, that each of your mouths are getting, their needs met, so that there isn't any inconsistencies. There's no sadness. I mean, even the sad mouth, we want to make sure the sad mouth their needs are being met.
So with the relationship status of the mouths on your planet, would that be a polygamouth?
Yes, it is. I've never heard that term until today, and it's just so fitting.
Trellis has his moments.
I feel like I've contributed to a society.
Yes.
Trellis, you might want to be careful there. You remember what happened the last time you contributed to a society.
It is polygamous, but we are very monogamous. I do want to be clear.
Oh.
All right,
good.
Many mouths, but one body.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mate for life, I'm assuming.
Completely. One person has access to all 6 of my mouths.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Currently, one person does. So you are involved with another set of mouths.
Well, I'm seeing someone.
Oh.
I am seeing someone, but I, at the same time, because I'm not in a committed, relationship at the moment, I'm casually dating.
So you mate for life, but you can date before you commit.
Yes.
You haven't decided to take the final step. Now, would you? This gets into a little bit of the culture section of the show.
Oh, ding ding!
I'd encourage you. Yeah, ding ding. We really need to get a bell so you can stop saying that.
We should.
How do relationships mature on your planet?
Well, first, we are a party planet. The planet of Flopeera. I don't want to say we get around, but we get around.
It's fine to get around.
Why not just be upfront about it?
It's fine.
Getting around is a legitimate thing to do.
It's very fine, it's encouraged, because if you are going to mate for life, it is very important that you find. I'm so sorry. I'm getting so.
No, that's fine. It's nice to see some of your other.
Sometimes I just lose control, and it's the other mouth, and sometimes it's very important to just get around and see what's out there and sow your seeds before you sit down and you meet the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And so, usually when you're younger, can I buy you that? Oh, okay. I'd like to take you out to that. And then as you get older, it's a bit more, can you satisfy all my mouths? Okay.
Yes.
Dinner dates must be awkward if there's a few mouths that are at a restaurant they don't like.
Yes. It's very uncomfortable.
Horatio and I, it's only 2 of us, so agreeing on what we're going to get to eat here at Millyways is not, too big of a deal, but 10, 11, 12 mouths all trying to figure out where to go, that's got to be quite the interesting feat.
Yes.
It's very interesting, and I mean, that's why when you find that person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, it's all of those things have to come into account. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, I understand. Well, you want to have things in common with whoever you're going to be with for life. I find, and I don't want to be controversial, but I find when looking for a forever mate, it's best to find someone you're compatible with. I don't want to be too extreme in my opinions, but I think that's something that I think I feel.
Yes, and I think we're on the same wavelength. Are you a librarian?
Very good.
Sorry.
I have shelved tomes, and now keep in mind on my planet, Schenecticus, bad planning is the rule, and so when you shelve a book, it's not really that important that you put it where it's supposed to be.
Oh, interesting.
Because chances are you're not going to be able to find it later anyway.
Oh.
But so that, yes, it's not, librarian it's not an exact science on my planet.
On my planet, it's the best job you could have. I mean, on other planets, you might relate it to like a doctor or something something like that. In other planets, but a librarian, the need to be able to silence people and to maintain a space that is very quiet is just something that it's just very attractive.
I have failed to return many books on many planets, if that's any
oh yes, he has library
indication
policemen.
of my library connections.
Yes, he has library officials all over the universe.
I'm a wanted man.
Sworn warrants on
man
him.
for all of my vastly overdue books and fines. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much of a reward there is once you've left planets with books that you're not supposed to.
Yes. Especially if it's books that people want to read and they actually request them.
And being here at Millyways and outside of the space-time continuum, those fees just rack up really fast.
Yes, they do.
Are you going to pay them back? Like, how's that going to work?
Well, they got to find me first. I'm an outlaw.
Wow.
This is one of the flaws inherent in doing releasing this podcast is that if any of these library officials actually happen to listen to this, they will know where to find Trellis.
Yes, and I mean, I would be fine with that if they came to find you. I'm sorry, but again, I am looking. So maybe.
Well, that was the honest mouth talking, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes, I noticed. I hear your truth.
I should add. I think I might have my shushing finger from my library work here somewhere in my bag. Well, here it's big and foam, and this is my finger I use to shush patrons with.
Wow.
It's nice. Yes, you can tell it's bruised and beaten because there were many battles fought with it over silence in the library.
Wow, Horatio, it feels like you're after my heart, and I just.
It was not intentional, but yes. I am flattered that you were flattered. I think.
I feel bad. Trellis is right here, and I.
Oh, I don't mind. Am
I pronouncing that right? Trell or Trellis?
Yes, Trellis is correct.
Great.
What does it matter? Because the two of you and I are sharing something, and so Trellis is an afterthought right now.
Yeah, it's the third wheel.
I am a third wheel many times, but I've seen Horatio attempt to climb the mountain, ride the roller coaster to the top, only to end in a horrendous crash and burn.
The purpose for me of going to the top of a mountain is to know what it's like to crash and fall at the base of it.
Yes, and are we speaking in metaphor right now, or are we talking about real mountains?
It's both.
Noted. Well, I think you'll summit this peak. I just...
That was your...
silly goose!
Honest mouth.
Your honest mouth seems to be taking over.
Oh, my... Shush! Crazy!
That's what now I have to ask, do each of the mouths go to one stomach, or do they go to a
good
different...
question.
I know, I'm surprised as anyone that I asked that.
Most of my mouths do lead to my stomach, and then, but certain mouths, they go straight out the back.
Oh.
Yes, do the exhaust port.
Yes.
My exhaust port. It just shoots through.
Now, you mentioned the librarians are some of the highest in stature on your planet. What about dentists? I would think with all these mouths and the proliferation of teeth that dentistry would be something that a lot of people would go into.
Dentistry, it's a bit controversial.
Oh.
Dentistry is very controversial, similar to how churches are controversial in certain parts of the galaxy.
Yes.
There's one on every corner,
Mm.
and they are charging fees that maybe for dental work you may or may not need.
Aha.
Understandable, yes.
So there's a bit too many dentists in the ocean taking from the fish, and this is not a metaphor.
Oh my! So when you want to get rid of someone, they contribute to the sea life feeding scale.
Yeah.
Now, do your fish have multiple mouths? Because if they did, I would think they would be much easier to catch.
Yes, honestly, the population it's large. It's both. Sorry.
Uh-oh. The humorous mouth is taking
Yes,
over.
oh my!
Is there a humorous mouth?
Oh my! That mouth has gotten a hit on the laughing gas.
The fish. There's too
Eyeball.
many fish. Truly, there's too many fish, but they are caught very easily.
What sort of entertainment do you have on your planet? What do people do for fun? You mentioned all the dating. There's got to be something other to do than I would imagine eating.
Yeah, there's a lot of karaoke.
Oh,
I would imagine so. Yes.
We have a lot of karaoke every evening, to be completely honest. I mean, it's like if you're not at the karaoke spot, I mean, what are you even doing? That's where people can be discovered. That's,
discovered.
Oh.
So who's maybe the most popular performer on your planet, or performers? I mean, would a boy band be one being with 5 mouths, or would it be 5 actual people with, say, 20 mouths?
You would think a boy band would be popular, but there is a certain point that it does get a bit overwhelming.
I would think so.
The most popular karaoke performer is Adele. And Adele has 9 to 10 mouths. I don't know if all of them are real. But what is fascinating is that one sings the melody and the others harmonize, and the control that she has over her mouth is just astounding.
She is her own backup singers as well, I would assume.
Exactly.
That would be fascinating to watch.
Now, you mentioned that 9 of 10, you're not sure. Are you certain that 9 are real, and you just no one's figured out which one is the fake mouth? Has anyone been able to tell if it's lip syncing during any performances?
I don't want to spread a John Bon Jovi. I don't want to do that to her.
No, you don't want to spread a rumor, is what you're saying.
If there's a place to spread a John Bon Jovi, this is the place to do it.
Yes.
So, the John Bon Jovi about Miss Adele is that there are 7 real mouths, and there are 2 fake ones, and 1 that is detachable. You didn't hear from me.
Oh my! What is detachable?
Scoop!
I would assume that on your planet it'd be more normal for the mouths to be actually affixed to the face and not removable.
Yes. So
Horatio, I feel like we're part of the paparazzo now.
Yes.
Spreading this kind of information to the universe. Adele only has 7 mouths. Stop.
I feel more important this way.
2 fake, 1 detachable.
Is more than 1 detachable?
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
That'll be our headline.
Something like that. I don't know.
Didn't hear from me. That's all I'm saying. My lips are sealed.
Which takes quite a bit of time.
Yes.
To do this zipper across motion to all your... She's still going. She's still zipping.
I would imagine the cosmetics industry is huge on your planet.
I assume cosmetic injuries would be prevalent there too.
Think of how much lipstick and other lip assorted items are constantly getting used up.
It's $1 billion industry. I mean, the amount of waste that our planet produces is, we've had to create a new planet just for the waste.
Oh my, so you have an entire planet.
Is it toxic?
It's not toxic, but it does take a very long time to decompose.
Have you thought about perhaps making the chapstick out of something that decomposes more easily?
No, we would never do that.
Good.
we are not in that business. No. We just figured if the chapstick does not decompose in the timeline that we need it to, we'll build another planet. I mean, it's pretty easy.
That makes perfect sense to me. But again, I'm from Schenectady.
With the billions of dollars, you can always go to Magrathea, and they'd be happy to build a planet for you.
Exactly.
And it could be filled with rivers of chapstick and other lip assorted accoutrements.
Yes.
You mentioned the average. Would Horatio and I look like disfigured weirdos if we were on your planet with our one mouth?
More so than normal.
I mean, yes, we don't fit in many places.
No.
But I'm just wondering if we really wouldn't fit in on your planet.
How do I say this kindly? You really would not fit in on the planet, and you would be seen as lepers.
That is a much kinder way of putting it than I would have expected.
It's my honest math again. The kind math.
That almost sounded like a compliment. To me.
I mean, we wouldn't be like put on display in the town square with everyone yelling, and pointing one mouth.
Although I have to admit, that kind of attention, getting attention on that scale would be magnificent.
You would think so. However, they would scream one mouth at you because we wouldn't want to look at you, but we'd also throw stones at you at the same time. So unless you'd like to be stoned, and again, Horatio, I don't know. I don't know what you enjoy, what you like. I don't know. However, being stoned, not a great time.
I can understand that the idea of having rocks placed on me at great speeds from a distance does not sound pleasant. I think the after effects would be the worst part. I believe what the word would be for that is pain would be the worst part of that.
And bruising.
So do you look at me now? We've made a connection, and it's very pleasant and on the same page and various things. But do you find me repellent? I'm just going to come right out with my one meager little mouth. Do you find me repellent?
The answer is yes, but you're so intriguing.
So there's a balance.
Yes.
I'm intriguing enough to balance out the total horrific effect of my visage.
Exactly.
Horatio, perhaps if you lost weight, your mouth would look bigger on your face.
That's true, proportionate.
And it might be more appealing. Because currently the flesh to mouth ratio on you is it's a bit out of balance.
It's a bit off.
Perhaps if I left the booth every so often for more than just to use the restroom.
Or get more food.
I will get more food. Or perhaps if I even... now I'm starting to talk about me too much and an exercise regimen that I do not intend to pursue.
When was the last time your heart rate, say, reached triple digits?
I do not know because math is not one of my strong suits. But I will say that it did flutter a bit when talking to our guest. I have to say that.
Oh, you flatter me.
Well, my flutter flatters. Almost a clever thing to say on my part.
Shh, you could be the exercise regiment Horatio actually sticks to.
Oh.
I could. You could inspire me in this.
I could get your heart rate up. We could do something. I could get both your heart rates up.
Oh, you could probably pitter-pat. You hear that there.
I do hear it.
If you can't hear it, I'll stick a microphone down my throat, tape it, and send it to you.
Okay.
Actual proof.
I'm willing to do that because we have made such a connection.
I'm open to receiving.
I'm open to... What a wonderful phrase. I'm open to receiving. Because I'm blocking you from giving me anything or connecting with me would be a terrible phrase. I'm open to receive. As you notice, I'm having to write notes down in condiments here on my napkin.
Do what you need to do.
I am enraptured.
I have not seen Horatio this flustered in a long time. A very long time.
Yes, I am almost speechless.
You mentioned earlier that everyone said you were special, and I agreed because to put up with Horatio and for even this long means you are indeed a special being.
Oh, thank you.
What was the other thing? Oh, yes, I remember.
Oh no! Did you almost forget something?
No.
Oh, right.
You know, we were talking about the eating earlier, and all the mouths say, what are some of the delicacies on your planet that you do enjoy?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a great question. So I enjoy things that can be eaten in one bite. Okay. Um,
Oh, that's not Horatio. So,
No, no, I like to savor things and chew on them for quite a while.
well, I meant specifically you.
Oh,
You could not be eaten in one bite.
no, I could not.
oh! Oh!
Oh, you scamp. Oh, you scamp. Trellis, have you been drinking? Have you been drinking more than usual?
Perhaps there's a few pangalactic gargle blasters.
He is quite on a roll. He's full of the beans, as we used to say, when that was a phrase that people used.
Oh, Trellis, you you dog.
Oh, yes, yes, woof woof indeed. That's it. Yes, yes. To quote Trellis, this is delightful. This is delightful.
You're turning red, Horatio.
I am.
That's without the mood skin. My mood skin, I can't hide it, but
And red isn't even a normal color. It's not even. This is probably the first time, and I'm really hoping it's not that the blood is about to burst out through my skin. No, it's not. It's not. It's all right. It's good.
I'm not sure your blood's moved in such a long time that
No,
it's forgotten what it's supposed to do.
it's confused.
This is the first time it's taken on oxygen in a long time.
Yes, the blood is circulating, going, where are we going? We're not used to this. We're used to just sitting.
There's that roller coaster I was talking about.
Yes, that's exactly.
Oh, yes.
You can hear my heartbeat. That's what my heartbeat sounds a bit like.
I hear it. Woo!
Yes, oh yes, the screams afterwards.
I went off on a tangent there. So what would be the food? You were getting to it, and I completely hijacked this conversation.
Well, my favorite would be legs.
Oh,
Ooh, legs.
I like them broiled, steamed, fried. But if they're fried, I like to make sure that they're dipped in a sauce.
ooh, what is this sauce? Does it have cumin?
Yes, has a lot of cumin, a lot of
Sauce with cumin.
and it just needs to slide down the mouth. Just one slimy bite. So that's probably, if I were to go on a first date on my planet,
Yes.
I would want to
Yes.
eat legs.
One for each mouth.
Exactly.
I would enjoy that as well. I believe because again, sauce, cumin. You can eat anything. You can eat anything with that.
All you need.
I enjoy my
Yes.
legs a little, more alive. Give it a good chase before I get to it, and I like to work a little bit for my.
He also likes to see the suffering of the creature he eats.
No, that's untrue. Untrue, Horatio.
Oh,
Untrue.
let's call it a half truth.
I just enjoy seeing your suffering.
Trellis, don't. It's fine. If you like to see suffering, that is what you like to see.
But this is my lying
You
and
be
truthful
you.
mouth. They're all rolled into the same mouth.
Yes, yes. You never know what's going to come out of that mouth. Sometimes it might be leftover pieces of food. Oftentimes it's wisdom. Not often. Sometimes it's wisdom. Oftentimes it's bits of food. That's what I meant to say.
Trellis,
Very
I've
true.
wanted to tell you this whole time. You do have a piece of something
Oh,
just
do I?
on
What?
your
Oh.
face. Yeah, if you could just,
Oh, yeah, that's
very large piece. I'm surprised you haven't felt it this whole time.
No, that piece that almost has its own zip code.
that's been there for more than a few meals. I mean, that's not even a recent. So
You have not eaten anything like that in recent memory. Or at first I thought it was just some new facial feature.
perhaps a mole
A mole, perhaps another nose.
or beauty mark.
Yeah, a nose that decided to take up residence near your mouth.
I can certainly smell it. I don't think it's doing any smelling.
Ah, very good, very good. It's good to know what the things on your face are doing.
I
So-
concur.
Yes, that you have that many mouths. Yeah.
If some of our hitchhikers were going to come to your planet, what's the one thing they should really see? That the must do thing for the period.
That's a great question. We do have many sights to see on Flopeera.
I can imagine.
Write this down, Horatio. First date.
Oh, I am.
First date, Horatio.
Oh, you scampi matchmaker, you. Do any monuments? Do you have monuments to anything? Or perhaps something with an activity involved in it, a hiking activity, a grand grand, not a, what would you wouldn't call a grand crevasse, perhaps, where one could ride?
We do have a very large canyon in our planet. And this canyon has 6 different canyons inside the canyon.
Oh,
so
canyon within a canyon within a
canyon within a canyon.
Those are like the mouths on the canyon.
Exactly. And as you go through life, you need to visit each canyon. So it's really a rite of passage that our people go through. So I would say if you're going to Flopeera, I would say start at the first canyon and try to see as many canyons as you can to really see the beauty of our planet.
Now, do you need to visit the canyons in a particular order?
Yes, counterclockwise and then clockwise.
Very good to know. I would not want to visit them in the wrong order and cause some offense.
That would cause about 50 years of bad luck.
Horatio, your job now is I'm thinking you need to bring a basket of legs, a karaoke machine.
Yes.
And yourself.
Oh, myself? That often is the deal breaker.
And then you and are gonna have the best. I think the best first date in the history of Flopeera.
We could. I hope that he's not been forcing me on you.
Oh no! Throw that towel over your face.
Let me throw it over now. The towel is down over my face. Has this helped?
Has he gotten more attractive?
Yes.
That was not the honesty mouth.
No,
it was not. I'm sorry.
It was a good try.
I tried.
Valiant effort.
I've been mapping them out, and that was not the honesty mouth.
I mean, we've been chatting. I mean, your face is just imprinted in my mind. In my mind's eye, I can just see your face. So even with the towel over, it's a bit difficult. But I'm saying bring the towel for the other Flopeerans.
Yes, because you're obviously not so base as others, because you can look past the one disgusting mouth.
Look past him at someone who's far better looking on the other side of the restaurant.
I am perfectly all right with whoever I'm with thinking of someone more pleasant at the time. And I get the benefit of that good feeling.
That is great now.
It's a like referred pain.
Yes. I suppose it might be about time to come up with an entry.
I believe it's your. I believe it's
this time to end.
It's your turn, Horatio. What are you going to write?
Oh my! I am looking over my condiment stained napkin, and trying to find something that dentistry is controversial. That's a good line. Karaoke. I'm open to releasing. I believe, is that the phrase? I believe
I'm open to receiving.
Receiving. Because I knew I had not written that down correctly. But I'm going to blame the condiment I used.
I might be distracting you as well. I'm sorry.
That could. Yes, I'm not even writing it down correctly now.
Perhaps Flopeera, Polygamouth.
Polygamouth. That's good. I like that. And of course, many sights to see on Flopeera.
Wait, I've got it. I think I've got it.
Oh no.
Flopeera, many mouths to love.
Oh, very good. And typing it, and I'm hitting send.
Perfect.
And it is submitted. This has been delightful. Beyond delightful is not a strong enough word. I will find one and try to bring it back into the episode at some point. A future episode, I will use the correct word.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been wonderful.
Thank you for having me. I'm gonna go take my meal now.
You should do that. Very good. And make sure you don't miss your mouth.
Oh, honey, I never miss.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Whasighah. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you're tired of having it said that you write the worst poetry in the universe, you can always stop writing poetry and try painting instead. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Jackie Uwe as Whasighah. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.